Introduction to HTML. Computers have become a vital part of our daily life. Behind the popularity of computers, Internet plays the most essential role. Without Internet, a computer cannot do much, especially when it comes to share information between the computers. Internet forms a network of computers across the globe. Internet connects the computers to each other in order to share the data and information. A server acts as a main computer on the Internet. A server stores and runs a website. The computers that access the websites on the server using the Internet connection are called clients. Each website consists of web pages which may contain text, graphics, audio, video, links, and hyperlinks. Have you ever wondered how these contents are added to a web page? A web page is created using the HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the most widely used language to develop a web document. It is a tag-based language. Different commands and coding are used to create a web page. To see the end result, you need to use a web browser. A web browser converts the HTML coding and displays the end result on the screen. Remember, a web page is displayed on the World Wide Web. HTML tools. To create an HTML document, you need to have two basic tools. HTML editor. It is used to create and save the HTML files. Web browser. It is used to view the end result. HTML editors. Like any other computer language, HTML too needs software to enter the coding. These softwares are known as HTML editors. The types of HTML editors to create HTML documents are as follows. Text editors. To create an HTML document using the text editor, you need to have a sound knowledge of HTML coding. In this case, all the commands are entered manually. Some of the most popular HTML text editors are Notepad, TextPad, TextMate, and many more. Wysiwyg Editors. Wysiwyg stands for What You See is What You Get. It is an alternative to manual coding. Unlike a text editor, a Wysiwyg editor allows you to create a web page without having any knowledge about writing HTML coding. These editors use graphical interfaces and tools to create and design web pages. Using these editors, inserting images, tables, lists, and hyperlinks have become quite easy. It is an amazing method to create a web page. This makes you create an HTML document faster and without much of efforts. Some of the popular Wysiwyg editors are as follows: Microsoft Publisher, Freeway, Microsoft Expression Web, and Frovalla Editor. Structure of an HTML document. A basic HTML document contains 4 tags, without which HTML coding is incomplete. Together, these 4 tags form the basic structure of an HTML document. Let us learn more about each element of the HTML structure with this table. Element description. HTML. The HTML element appears at the beginning and end of an HTML document. It is a container element, therefore comes in pair. The HTML tag marks the beginning and closed HTML tag marks the end. Everything that is enclosed between these tags is converted by a browser into the end result. It is must to use both the on and off tags. Head. The head element is also a container element. It is used to specify the identification and additional information about the document. It comes immediately after the opening HTML tag. Title. As the name suggests, it contains the title of a web page. The text enclosed in these tags must be short and related to the main content. The content of this element is displayed at the top of a web browser. Body. The body element contains the data and information that you wish to display on the screen using a web browser. It has both on and off tags. HTML tags. Let us learn how to do coding in HTML. The components that make up the HTML code are as follows: tags, elements, attributes. Tags. HTML is a tag-based language. Tags are the basic and the most essential component in creating an HTML document. The pair of these angle brackets defines a tag. For example, these are less than and greater than signs. Make sure you begin a tag with less than sign and end it with a greater than sign. It is an opening tag and is also known as on tag. It has only angle brackets. It is the closing tag and is also known as an off tag. It has a / right after the opening angle bracket. Each tag contains specific instructions to tell the web browser what to do. Elements. The text or instruction that appears between the angle brackets is known as the element. The element enclosed in the angle brackets describes what kind of tag it is. For example, the above element indicates the web browser that this is an HTML file. The off tag of HTML is close tag HTML. There are two types of HTML elements which are explained here. Container elements. These are the HTML elements that have both on and off tags. For example, this is a container element. Empty elements. These are the HTML elements that have only an on tag and do not need an off tag. For example, the BR tag, which is used to force a line break. It does not require a closing tag. The HR tag is another example of empty element. It is used to draw a horizontal line. Attributes. You can change the default behavior of any tag. This can be done by adding an attribute to it. An HTML attribute provides extra and specific information about the elements. In general, an attribute refers to a quality or a feature regarded as a characteristic of something. Similarly, in HTML, an attribute is a piece of information which determines the properties of an element in a display. Rules to enter an attribute in a tag are as follows. An attribute is always specified and enclosed within the beginning tag. For example, give a space after the tag or element. Add an equal to mark immediately after the attribute name. Value is enclosed in quote marks. BG color attribute specifies the background color for the HTML document, that is a web page. In this chapter, you will learn how to create an HTML program using simple tags. In HTML, one tag can hold one or more tags within it. This means you can use a new tag without even closing the previous one. This is called nesting tags. For example, it is the first tag of any HTML document, but it does not close until the end. Within the opening HTML and closing close tag HTML tags, many tags are used. Consider this example. Let us learn how to use nested tags in HTML. This is an example of nested tags. Observe carefully. In this example, the tags did not close in the order they open. Rather, they close in reverse order. This is the correct method to close the nested tags. This is the incorrect method to close the nested tags. HTML rules. The rules for writing the HTML codes are as follows. All the tags are enclosed within the angle brackets. For example, HTML, body, and so on. Tag names are not case sensitive. For example, HTML tag is same as HTML tag. However, it is always a good practice to use the lowercase for writing the coding. After opening an element, it is must to close each element. For example, title tag, close title tag. Body tag, close body tag. There are some exception elements which do not have closing tags. For example, BR, HR, and so on. Attribute values must be enclosed in quote marks. Attribute names are not case sensitive, whereas an attribute value can be case sensitive. In HTML coding, spaces between the tags are not recognized, therefore do not make any difference. For example, body tag, I am learning HTML, close body tag. Body tag, I am learning HTML, close body tag. Both these statements are treated equally in HTML. The closing tag must have a / right after the opening angle bracket. For example, close tag HTML. A tag name cannot contain any space. For example, this tag is not treated as head tag. Moreover, there must be no space after and before the angle brackets of a tag. For example, is a correct method, is an incorrect method. Creating HTML document using Notepad. To create an HTML document using Notepad text editor, follow these steps. Click Start button, All Programs, Accessories, Notepad. The Notepad window appears. Enter the HTML code exactly as shown here. Click on the File menu. Select the Save option. The Save As dialog box appears. Select the desired location to save the file. In the file name box, type in a suitable name with an extension .htm or .html. Click Save. Viewing an HTML document using a web browser. Notepad is used only to enter the coding. It does not display the end result. To view the HTML document, you have to use a web browser. Some of the most popular web browsers are as follows: Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, and Internet Explorer. Let us view the recently created HTML file using the Google Chrome web browser. Click on the Google Chrome icon to open. Click File, Open. Unlike Internet Explorer, Google Chrome does not contain any menu bar. Therefore, press Ctrl+O key combination to display it on the screen. The Open dialog box appears. Locate and select the required HTML file. Click Open. On the web browser, the HTML file will look like this. Editing an HTML document. Like any other documents, you can make changes in an HTML document also. To edit an HTML document, locate the desired HTML file in your computer drives or memory. Let us open the recently created HTML file. Right-click on the file. A shortcut menu appears. Place the pointer onto the Open With option. Select the Notepad option in the submenu as shown here. The HTML document opens in the Notepad. Now, make the required changes in the file as shown here. Save the changes using File, Save option. Next time when you will view this HTML document in a web browser, it will show the changes made in it. Attributes of body element. Let us now learn how to add attributes to a tag. Here you will explore the attributes of body element. The body element is a container element since it has both an on and off tag. You have learned that an attribute is always defined within the beginning tag, that is on tag. The main and major content of a web page is defined within the body tags. The attributes of body element control the appearance of a web page. This table lists some of the attributes of body element. Attribute, description, syntax. BG color. It is used to change the background color of the web page. You can enter a color name or hexadecimal code as its value. Text. It changes the text color. Enter a color name or hexadecimal code as its value. Left margin. It is used to set the left margin of a web page. It accepts a numeric value. Pixel is its default unit. Top margin. As the name suggests, it is used to set the top margin of a web page. Right margin. It is used to set the right margin of a web page. It also accepts a numeric value. Pixel is its default unit. Bottom margin. It is used to set the bottom margin of a web page. It too accepts a numeric value in pixels. Let us understand how to use attributes with the help of an example. Open the Notepad and enter the HTML code as shown. Save the file with a .html or .htm extension. Later, open it in a web browser to view the result. Line break element. In a text editor or a word processor, when you wish to start the text from a new line, you simply press the Shift plus Enter key combination. This command adds a line break. But in HTML, you cannot use this command to produce a line break in your document. It is because a web browser does not recognize any paragraph formatting in HTML text. Then how could you achieve this in HTML? The answer is BR element. The BR element is used to produce a line break in text. Features of BR element H2. The BR element is an empty element since it does not have a closing tag. The BR tag is given at the end of the line, after which you wish to apply the line break. One BR tag gives a line break and two BR tags give two line breaks, and so on. Let us understand its utility with the help of these examples. Example 1. Enter the following HTML codes in Notepad. Save the file with the extension .html or .htm. Open the HTML file in a web browser. Notice there are no line breaks displayed on a web page. However, you have entered the text in multiple new lines, but the web browser displayed all the lines in the form of a single paragraph. Example 2. Inserting BR tags in a document. Open the recently created file, that is physicalactivity.htm. Add the BR tags at the places shown in the figure. Click File, Save to save the changes done in the document. Then again open it in a web browser. Notice the text followed by the BR tags split as a new paragraph as per the defined BR tags. Example 3. Inserting multiple line breaks using the BR tags. You have learned that a BR tag starts the text following this tag from a new line in a web browser. Let us learn how to give multiple line breaks between the lines of text using the BR tag. Open the file physicalactivity.htm. Add the multiple new BR tags at the places as shown here. Save the file and open it in a web browser. Notice the multiple line breaks at the place where BR tags are inserted.